So the UFC returns once again this weekend, and they have two events. Now this audio update is going to be about UFC Fight Night 102, but I'm going to come out with an audio update on Saturday's UFC 206 pay-per-view. But on this one, it's UFC Fight Night 102. Takes place this Friday night at the Times Union Center in Albany, New York. The entire event will air on UFC Fight Pass. Prelims start at 5:45 Eastern, while the main card kicks off at 9 p.m. Eastern. Ooh. That's how I feel about this card. Now, there are some good fighters on this card, so don't let it just be like, I won't check this out. But in terms of a drawing main event, this is not the one, but it has some solid fights, and I want you to pay attention to some. Headlining this event, God help me when I pronounce his opponent's name, but Derrick Lewis, who's a hard-hitting heavyweight, he's going to be main eventing against Shamil Abdurakhimov. Yeah, I probably botched that last name, but I've never heard of him either, so whatever. They will be headlining this event. In the co-main event, you got Francis Ngannou taking on Anthony Hamilton, and then you got Corey Anderson versus Sean O'Connor, and Gian Villante is fighting on this card against a guy I've never heard of either. And just kind of bouncing through the prelim card, you got Randy Brown versus Brian Camozzi, Andrew Sanchez versus Trevor Smith, Frankie Perez taking on Mark Dykchek, and that's about it. There's a lot of fighters on this card that I haven't heard of, and I cover this for a living, and I think that's going to hurt not only the hardcore fans' interest in this fight card, but especially the casual fans. Now, you can make an argument that the UFC should have not have put this event at all. They shouldn't have put it together. They should not be doing it. But they have to have content. At least, and y'all have to think about this, at least it's on UFC Fight Pass. So that means we don't have to deal with commercials. It's a boom, 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 boom kind of fight card, which I absolutely love. One thing, and I've said this on many occasions, that UFC Fight Pass, UFC events on Fox Sports 1 has a disadvantage with is all the commercials, because you can have a fight end in 30 seconds and you got to wait about 35 minutes for the next fight to start, because you have to have 2 fights per hour. If they both end in a minute, you have to sit there for like 45 minutes just waiting, which sucks. But UFC Fight Pass, they end in a minute, boom, we're up to the next bout. That one ends in a minute, boom, we're up to the next one. And then they will just run through the whole fight card until they just have to kill time until the technical quote-unquote main card starts. Now, I don't understand that. I think they should just do what Invicta does, where from the first fight to the last fight, it's boom, 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 and you just run through that event, and it makes it not only a more enjoyable event for the fan, but it just makes it faster, and that's what I like. Check out this fight card. It's going to be interesting. I highly doubt it gets a lot of traffic. Derrick Lewis probably wins his. Francis Ngannou, he's just a freak. Corey Anderson will blow through Sean O'Connell, and yeah, that's the fight card, y'all.